Hey everyone. I'm sure you've heard of the term social justice. Well, I'm here to tell you why it's fucking bullshit.
Trigger warning. This video violates all forms of safe spaces. Leftists, run immediately.
You're fucking
Social justice is a perversion of the actual word justice. Justice is meant to be for individuals, not for groups, not for races, not for genders. Justice relies on the individual being treated fairly and with dignity. Social justice cannot comply with this standard at all. According to social justice, some groups are more privileged than others, some are more oppressed than others, and some are just evil, and the ones who are privileged. Now when you look at it, social justice seems like a cool theory. Okay, you have some failing people and you have some people who are at the top, succeeding. What should we do? Bring everyone at the same level. Now 2 points to make. Firstly, people are at the top because most of the time they worked hard. Some people are lucky, I agree with that. But you cannot just make money out of nowhere and then stash it and then stay rich for the rest of your life and keeping your family rich for their lives. Secondly, people who are at the bottom, they're not there because of the people at the top. They're there mostly because of life choices they make. Now granted, some people who are, for example, physically disabled, they cannot find a way to work to get to the top. And that's fine. We have an obligation to help them. But say for example, a random black woman. She's not making a lot of money, she's on food stamps, she's on welfare. But the reason why she's there is not inherently because rich white people are making her poor. That's total bonkers. It's because of personal choices people make. The next point is a point Ben Shapiro makes all the time. It is that we all have some form of privilege, but it's known as decision privilege. So for example, if you're born to a two-parent household, you have the advantage of a decision made by your parents who decided to have you and stay there when you were born. That is known as decision privilege because you're benefiting from their good decision. So the poverty level among two-parent black households is 7%. Poverty level among white single mother families is 22%. Where did the white privilege go? I don't know, did the single mother just decide to become black after she became a single mother? No, it's because of the decisions people make. And social justice, in this theory, fails miserably. It's not the race that's causing people to suffer or succeed. It's their decisions. And that's why social justice is utter bullshit. Another example of social justice is the myth that women are paid less than men because they're women. This has been debunked so many times, but it still keeps making the news because of feminist sources claiming that women are being discriminated against because they're women in the workplace. Now, let's just get rid of facts, because if you take in the facts, women on average work less than men. They take more time off than men. They work in less paying jobs on average than men. But it sounds good that women on average make 77 cents to the dollar compared to men. It must be because of those privileged cis scum men. But once again, as you can see, you have to take out facts and logic out of that, because social justice does not rely on facts, doesn't rely on justice. It relies on this demented way of thinking. That if some people are doing well, some people are not doing well, and let's generalize what the groups are. Let's take groups and then put them against each other. So if you're white, then you must be more privileged than blacks. And for that reason, you have to admit your white privilege. If you're a male, you're doing so much better than women. You're making 23 cents more to the dollar than women. So just admit your male privilege and shut the fuck up. If you're a cis man, then you're doing so much better than trans women because you get to choose whatever bathroom you want. So just shut the fuck up. And that's what social justice is. Shut the fuck up because you belong into a certain group, which we deem as being privileged. You're not an individual. You didn't make life choices to get to where you are. And it tells people who are at the bottom of the ladder, just to say, that they're there because of those privileged scum. So now we get to admit that the people at the top are there because they're so evil. Now let's get the government to enforce our policies that we want. And if you don't agree with them, you're a racist, sexist, homophobic, Nazi, and fuck you. Social justice is not justice because it doesn't relate to individual justice. Justice can only be served at an individual level. Apart from that, it's not justice. Justice cannot be given through groups. Rights come as individuals, not as groups. There are no black rights, gay rights, white rights. Individuals have rights and individuals have liberties. Let's dump this way of thinking that people are oppressed and privileged because of who they are and their arbitrary characteristics. It's because of decisions that people succeed and they fail. And the sad reality is that not everyone can succeed. Equality of outcome cannot be achieved in any way. We saw that tried in socialist countries across Europe, Eastern Europe, and Latin America, and it has failed miserably. So let's not go to that way of thinking. Let's dump this thinking of social justice, and let's embrace individual liberty at all costs.